He said his chain was snatched off his neck and he had $30,000 stolen from him, and they stole the vehicle he was driving.
Police say Banks was seen on tape.
You see Mr. Banks' arm out the window firing several at the victim, towards the victim.
Banks' attorney says this is a celebrity witch hunt.
Were it not for the celebrity status of these two individuals, then this would be an aggravated assault.
Welcome back to another video with IDN TV. Now, Lil Durk, known to the state of Georgia as Derek Banks, was charged for a shooting back in 2019. Now, this happened at a fast food chain called The Varsity. Happened a few days after the Super Bowl took place in Atlanta. Now, back then, Lil Durk wasn't Durk that everyone knows. He wasn't the big pop star. He wasn't the person that everybody talked about and the women lusted about. Now, he was trying to bounce back after starting his own label after leaving the major labels. Now, according to the reports in the WSB-TV Atlanta, the incident involved Lil Durk and King Von where that shooting happened. Now, they're saying that it happened around 5:49 a.m. on February 5th, 2019. Now, according to the reports, the detectives are saying that Lil Durk was seen, I said seen on camera, shooting a man near the Varsity when he was driving away. Now, according to the witnesses at the scene, they say this. They say King Von and Lil Durk were standing in front of a cigar bar where a fight broke out. Now, a witness says that she saw Lil Durk actually pull out a weapon and then she heard gunfire. Now, the prosecutors back then are saying that it was a beef between Lil Durk, King Von, and another victim. Now, the victim name is Alexander Witherspoon. Now, Witherspoon is originally from Chicago as well, so it was kind of a previous beef, and they just happened to see each other because he was down there for Super Bowl. Of course, King Von and Lil Durk were living in Atlanta at the time. Now, Witherspoon, according to the reports, they're saying that he was wearing a $30,000 chain and driving a nice car. This is the reason that he was targeted that night. Now, I know you guys are wondering, why would Lil Durk or King Von even target someone while they were out? Now, they didn't have the money or the success that they had now or previously after 2020. You got to remember, Durk got hot after 2020, a year after this case happened, in the rebuilding stages of his career. Now, while on the stand later on, the victim Witherspoon admitted that he did not indeed see Lil Durk shoot at him. It was someone shooting from the camouflage Jeep that shot at him while they were fleeing the scene. Now, when it happened, a reporter from the news company said, just then Lil Durk is being booked on criminal attempt to commit murder, aggravated assault, or unlawful for employed by, associated with a criminal street gang to conduct/participate in crime, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, and the fifth one is possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Now, this is all of his charges back in 2019.
He said his chain was snatched off his neck and he had $30,000 stolen from him, and they stole the vehicle he was driving.
Police say Banks was seen on tape.
You see Mr. Banks' arm out the window firing several at the victim, towards the victim.
Banks' attorney says this is a celebrity witch hunt.
Were it not for the celebrity status of these two individuals, then this would be an aggravated assault.
Him walking into the jail, and as you mentioned, he's facing charges, 5 charges in fact, following a shooting at the Varsity earlier this year in February. Authorities tell us that that shooting left a man shot in the leg. That victim did recover from that wound. Now, as I mentioned, Lil Durk facing 5 charges. Those charges include aggravated assault and possession of a fire.
Now, since King Von lost his life a year later in 2020, after he had that fight with Quando Rondo, Durk is the only one left on this case. And being that the victim said that he couldn't see who was shooting out of the car, it could have been easily King Von instead of Lil Durk who was actually shooting. With the news of the case being dropped, Lil Durk's lawyer went to the internet and said this. He says, while it took 3 years for the state to make the right decision, in the end, the right decision was made, and Mr. Banks can finally put this event behind him. Now, could it be these state charges are being dropped because Lil Durk has bigger fish to fry? Let me explain it to you. Now, usually when your case gets dropped and it's a lot of evidence, especially when the detective says that he had Lil Durk on camera shooting, it makes me scratch my head and it makes me confused. Now, putting 2 and 2 together, Durk has been extremely quiet on social media for the past maybe month or two. And on top of that, he is broken up with his fiancée, India. Now, rumors have been swirling around for the past year. They were saying that Lil Durk was going to get picked up by the feds. Now, him being quiet on social media, I find strange and kind of odd. On top of that, the state is dropping a case where they have him on camera and a witness saying that he had a gun and he's a felon. It doesn't make sense to me at all. Think of this, you guys. What happens when you take a break on social media? It's usually you're going through something, or usually something's taking a toll on you. It could be this federal case that's coming or brewing behind the scenes. Especially, like I said, everyone has been saying that the feds were going to pick him up for the RICO case. And usually when the feds pick up someone, they usually pick them up before the year is out. So we have from now, October, until December 31st to see if they pick up Durk. I'm guessing the feds are coming for sure for Lil Durk, and Durk knows it. Now, just a few days ago, Durk was celebrating his 30th birthday, and they told him to make a wish. Now, during the video, he admitted, he says that I got everything he wished for and plus more. Now, it seemed like a send-off party for Lil Durk, or it could have been just a start of his successful career. Who knows?
Hey, Smirk, make your wish, gang. Oh, for real. Oh my God. Hey, Smirk, make your wish, gang.
Against you by a probable cause standard, and they will attempt to do that by the witnesses that they place in the witness chair over here. They may call one or more witnesses. All right. As it respects cases before the court and Defendant Durk Banks, 19 CP 183973. This court finds probable cause for criminal attempt to commit murder, aggravated assault, participation in criminal street gang activity, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. As it relates to 19 CP 183693 involving defendant Davon Bennett, the court finds probable cause for possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, participation in a criminal street gang activity, aggravated assault, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and criminal attempt to commit murder. The court notes that, and as everyone is aware here, the standard here is a probable cause standard.